best views have the highest climb. Looking at the wrong thing, I was getting distracted from the picture that I really wanted to accomplish. Fixated on how many subscribers do I have, how many followers do I have, to the point where when the growth was not fast, when the growth was really slow, I felt like I failed. Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are joining for the first time, a big shout out, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're returning subby, hello darling, thank you so much for tuning in. So guys, I am really excited because if you guys already see the couch, you guys already know it is another self-love talk. And I am really excited because today I want to talk to you guys about what are you focusing on. So I just feel like, you know, on this journey that I am personally of becoming the woman that I want to be, I've had to like question myself and be like, okay Tapiwa, are you really focusing on the right thing right now? Or, you know, are you focusing on things that are not gonna make you feel like you're moving? Or are you focusing on things that are gonna help you towards your goal and your destination? So I feel like in everything that we do, we tend to have a picture of where exactly we want to go, how exactly we want to look like. I mean, you have it in your imagination, but how many times do you focus on that picture instead of the reasons why you can't do something? I feel like I would focus so much on what I wanted to do personally. I found myself always feeling like I'm not reaching there, I'm not getting there, I'm not moving, because I would focus on things that, you know, would make me feel like I'm stuck. I would focus on the wrong things. I would focus on things that, to be honest, if I sat down and I was like, do I really care about this? Does this really mean anything for me when I see my vision? It was like, no, it doesn't. So I feel like so many times we have so many excuses that we have created in our head, and they could be anything and they could really be valid, but then at the same time it's a question of, is that your focus? Is that the thing that you're supposed to be focusing on? Because what you're supposed to be focusing on is supposed to give you motivation to keep going. So if you're focusing on the negative things, how are you going to keep going? Like, for example, I will give you guys an example. So, you know, I'm like a YouTuber and I love doing fashion and, you know, these little chit chats, and I also do this on Instagram as well. And in the world that we live in, of course, you know, having a huge following is like almost that signal that shows you that you're really making it, you're really getting there. And I feel like for me, because I feel like when you're a YouTuber, you really start slow. It's not like, you know, overnight success is how people think it is. It's not like you just make one video and then bam, you have 1 million subscribers and you're already making money, baby. No, it's not like that, darling. It really isn't like that. And I remember when I started, I was like, I'm gonna get subscribers, I'm gonna do this. And I was so fixated on how many subscribers do I have, how many followers do I have, to the point where when the growth was not fast, when the growth was really slow, I felt like I failed. I felt like I can't do this, this is impossible, this is not for me. But then I had to sit down and I had to be like, look, is this what you're trying to achieve? Is your goal really reaching 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers? Like, once you have done that, can you say you've actually accomplished what you were trying to do? And I realized that no, that wasn't the case. I wasn't running after people to follow me, but I mean, with my focus at the time, that's what I was running towards. But I was doing that unconsciously because I thought if I get that, then I will automatically get the picture and the vision that I have for myself. And I realized that in me looking at the wrong thing, I was getting distracted from the picture that I really wanted to accomplish. So I had to sit myself down and I had to be like, listen, you need to stop focusing on who's subscribed, who's following, who's doing what, and you need to start focusing on what is it that I want to do, who is the girl that I want to be, and how can I do that. And every day you just build on that. You don't build on, okay, so I now have 10 followers, I now have 10 subscribers, and then you feel like you can do it. No, because that's focusing on the wrong thing. You need to keep the picture that you have of what you want to achieve so strong in your head, so clear in your head. Build it up, like create it as you go, and you will find that you will actually reach your goals through that way, instead of focusing on, you know, the wrong things that really don't matter, the wrong things that are definitely going to change with time and as things go on. And I had like this picture in my head. So I love taking pictures and I take videos, of course. So what I've noticed is when you're like taking a picture, when you're taking a video, you focus on something. And when you're focusing on something, literally everything else that is around that thing that you want to focus on doesn't matter. You do not care about it. Your eyes are just focused on that picture, that thing, that object that you want to take. Like that is where your focus is on. And I felt like that's how we should be with our goals. If your focus is on, girl, getting that body, let your focus be on that. Don't care about, oh no, gyms are closed, this is that, that is this. Honey, focus on that body and do what you have to do to just focus on that. Stop focusing on the reasons on why you can't do something, and just focus on the image that you want and capture it. Capture it. Literally, that's what you need to do. Because if you start focusing on the things that you don't want, obviously when you take the image, probably the object that you were really trying to get is not going to be clear, it's not going to be focused on, because you were focusing on the wrong things. You were trying to include other things in the picture that really weren't necessarily supposed to be there. So you really need to focus on what it is that you want, what it is that you want to achieve at the end of the day, not what the world says you need to achieve, not what you know the world is gonna say, oh yeah, we really see you're really working, you like, it's really happening for you. No, what you personally, at the end of the day, when you're alone, you can be like, wow, I'm really getting this done, I'm really doing this, I'm so proud of myself. So I feel like if you really want to achieve that personally, I have found that you need to constantly be cautious on, what am I focusing on? You need to focus on that picture that you want. You need to focus on that goal. And yes, it's gonna get hard. I mean, everything gets hard in life. But once you have like a picture in your head and you're not gonna let it go, you will have bad days, and yes, you will be down sometimes, but you will get up because that picture will be so clear in your mind. Another example that I have, that I'm always like telling myself, is like, the best views have the highest climb. If you see like a view that you have, or like a staircase for example, you can't just jump from ground floor to first floor. Obviously you have to take each step, and each step you're getting closer, each step you're getting towards like your focal point, each step you're getting towards your goal. So I really feel like sometimes, you know, when we're trying to achieve things, we focus so much on what's not happening, we focus so much on how we're not there yet, and we don't really pay attention to, hey look, I'm actually a step closer, I'm actually a step further than I was before. I think we are so obsessed with getting there, we're so obsessed with overnight success, that we really don't take in the small successes, we really don't take in the small steps that are supposed to teach us, that are supposed to help us really get to that top level, you know, ready, prepared for the view that we're gonna have. And I just feel like so many people get discouraged along the way, and I just wanted to say, you reaching your goals is basically like you climbing a staircase. You have to take it one step at a time. You can't just fly from one step to the other. You have to take it one step at the time. The higher you go, the better the view is. So don't be discouraged if you feel like, you know, I've been going on these stairs for a while, I've been going on this journey for a while. No, darling, keep your vision strong, keep your picture strong, and just know that like no testimony is possible without a test. So you just need to keep focused on your goal and stop focusing on the wrong things. Didn't want to forget, and this is with reference to the Bible. The Bible tells us, seek and you shall find. And if we're talking about like what are you focusing on, basically when you're focusing, you're looking for something, you're trying to see something, your eyes are constantly stuck on something. So that is what you're seeking. So obviously if you're seeking the wrong thing, you're gonna find the wrong thing. If you're seeking reasons why it's not gonna happen, you're gonna find the reasons why it's not gonna happen. So you really need to start focusing on I'm getting this done. You really need to start focusing on, yesterday I did A, B, C, and D, and that got me a step closer to what I want to do. You really need to start focusing on your wins and start focusing on your losses. You really need to start focusing on your vision and your race, and start focusing on other people's visions and other people's races. Because if you look at it this way, I'm always telling myself this, it's like if you're driving a car and you know you want to go somewhere, obviously you have to keep looking straight if you want to go somewhere. You can't look sideways, you can't look, back, because you will lose focus. You have to keep your gaze straight forward, straight in the road that you want to go to, or else you will lose focus. So as it is in life, once you start seeing yourself looking at what the next person is doing, who's looking in your lane, who's looking at your race, who's looking at your vision, so you really need to be mindful of what you focus on. Are you focusing on other people, or are you focusing on yourself? Are you focusing on the reasons why you can't do it, or are you focusing on why it's going to be possible and why you can do it? Are you focusing on how it's hard, or are you focusing on how, it might be hard but you're going to get it done? You really need to be conscious of what you are focusing on. And I feel like once you are aware, in the moment when you feel discouraged, in the moment when you feel like you can't do something, automatically you can then tell yourself like, I'm focusing on the wrong thing. You can then realize this is not what I'm supposed to be focusing on, and you will literally feel that shift. You will literally feel motivated, disciplined to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. So I just really wanted to share this with you guys, because I found that this was really working for me. This was really helping. When I took time to realize, what am I focusing on? What am I putting most of my attention in? I was able to realize that I'm focusing on the wrong things. And when I do make that shift and focus on the right things, I find myself more productive. I find myself actually achieving, the goals that I wanted to do. And sometimes it's not about achieving the goal just like that from a click of a finger, or just achieving it all at once. Things take time. You need to be patient. Nothing in life happened overnight. No house was built overnight. Even if you're to get into a house that was built overnight, you would actually question, the foundation of that house. You would actually question your safety in that house. So if you can't stay in a house that was built overnight, why do you want to build a career or a success or a goal or reach a destination overnight? Obviously you want to build the right foundation. Obviously you want to learn the right skills. Obviously you want to go through the lessons so that when the storm comes in the future, it won't touch you, baby. It won't touch you, because you have gone through it all. So be patient with yourself and focus on the right things, my love. I will catch you lovely ladies in my next video.